Hello.
Welcome to Engaged and Divorced, where I wear the rings.
And I'm also wearing rings, but I'm not engaged.
Wow.
We're married.
Show's
and I'm
ruined.
trying to figure out these damn things.
Man, you threw me for a loop there.
Surprise, guys.
I was like, what ring you got? She's got a butterfly ring.
A butterfly ring. It's got a hair stuck to it.
Oh, we love it.
So today's episode was supposed to be a drinking game. Here's the thing, though. Kiley over here has a crazy life. In case you haven't been able to tell in previous episodes, she now has like 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So when can she get drunk? Never.
We
We can't fit it on our schedules.
Yeah, I usually have like 2 days off from one job and then like 1 day off of the other job. But like, yeah, you just never know when it's going to happen. So we chose to do this on a Thursday, which is my biggest teaching day. So I was like, we definitely can't do that. Mm-hmm. So next week, it's coming to you.
Next week, we have a drinking game, and we're going to share not only negative dating profiles, but positive ones too.
Yeah.
Because some guys deserve positive shout outs.
And I'm sure it's hard to find those positive ones, but we'll go on the search.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it'll be a fun episode. We've only done one other episode like that. So this is going to be like our new thing that we like to do on here. So
yeah,
join us next week for that. So yeah. We're going to be honest. We don't have anything planned for today. We're pulling this episode straight out of our butts.
Very spontaneous.
That's us though.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's very much our personalities. So it kind of works out. So we're like throwing around ideas and we're like, what can we talk about today? We could talk about our pet peeves.
I have so many.
In addition to, we could talk about our pet peeves. We might have some time to like ask each other questions or something. Too.
Right. We'll kind of see where it takes us. You know
yeah, we'll see where the episode takes us. I have a really sad update first.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I don't know if I can say it.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Well, if you follow Shaylee on Instagram, you've already seen our sweet bunny boy, Helmer, decided to go to the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so he is no longer with us. Poor little bunny rabbit was bleeding out, and it's really hard to find like an emergency vet for bunnies. I know you were telling me that. So yeah, you couldn't get an appointment for what, like a week?
Well, yeah, we had noticed that he was like acting really lethargic. So I was trying to get him an appointment, and like the closest I could get was like 3 weeks out. And I was explaining it to them, and they were like, well, if it becomes an emergency, let us know. Well, I ended up going on a trip last week, and my parents didn't want to tell me because it was unfortunately a very bad trip. And it was not a good time. So when I got home, my dad told me at like 10 p.m., oh, by the way, Helmer is not doing well. He said he didn't want to tell me, but he had been bleeding out all day. And my dad was trying to like figure it out and stop it and stuff, but didn't know what was happening exactly. And he just had this feeling that Helmer was going to pass away. So he brought him out inside because he's an outdoor rabbit. And we just like cuddled him and held him and loved on him that night. And I honestly did not think he was going to pass away so quickly. I was not expecting it, but Dad was. He like knew for some reason.
Oh.
So, I mean, at least I got to say goodbye, but
that's always hard.
It was still hard. And I only had him for like 70 something days.
Yeah.
So I didn't have him very long. And it's basically like made my whole week sucky.
Yeah. Losing a pet is not fun. It's like,
no,
it's so sad. You're losing a family member. So
yeah.
And he just got a palace built for him. So
I know.
You're going to have to get another bunny.
Maybe one day I'll get there.
Yeah, eventually.
Right now I'm too sad.
Right.
And Jude has taken it like the hardest. He was sobbing. He didn't believe us at first. He's like, "You're kidding. You're joking me. Stop kidding." I was like, "I'm not kidding, buddy." So we took him out to the yard and showed him the spot where my dad and I buried him, and he decided to make a grave site for him, and it's so cute. He was out there for 3 hours while I was making dinner, and he made an entire grave. He put 2 wood pieces together and made a cross. He like strung them together with rubber band. I'm like, how do you even know how to do that? And he wrote Helmer on the cross. And then he put like wood all the way around where he was buried. And he put all of his like his favorite tree, Helmer's favorite tree. I can't speak. Helmer's favorite tree was the apple tree. He used to like love eating from it. So he got all these apple leaves from the tree and like put them around the grave.
Oh my God.
And then he put his favorite baby doll out there. Peachy is his name.
Yeah.
And he's like, Peachy will keep you company, Helmer. And then he wrote him a note and put it in a glass jar. And it says, I love you, Helmer. You're the best. Love, Jude.
Oh my gosh. That is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Oh, poor Joodle.
I know. And the other night, it was like right before bed, he had just taken a shower. It was already dark outside. And he's like, Mom, I'll be right back. I got to go on out to Helmer's grave. And I was like, all right.
Oh,
Just be quick because it's bedtime. So he was out there for like a minute and he's like, all right, I'm good now. I cried a little bit, but it's okay.
Oh my gosh, I
like,
love that kid so much.
I was like, I've been crying like nonstop for days, buddy. So
oh my gosh.
you're not alone in that.
That just shows you how big his heart is.
He loves animals.
Oh,
Yeah, it was really, really hard for him. So now they're like, we want another bunny. I'm like, let's
wait a little bit at least.
let's wait just
Yeah.
a little. It's
Right.
so sad because like the other bunny I had in my life, I only had for a little bit of time
Oh, God,
before
yeah.
it got eaten by our
That was
cousin's
traumatizing.
So I'm like, maybe I'm not meant to have bunnies.
Oh, it
I love
happens.
bunnies though.
A lot of those types of pets, those things just happen. Hamsters, guinea pigs, bunnies. It sucks. But I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm trying to we gotta have a podcast episode today. I've had like a really shitty week, but
yeah.
it's okay. Let's talk about our
I'm
pet
just
peeves.
tired. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Because I thought of one that
A current
this is-
event pet peeve.
Oh, well, there's also that.
Oh, okay. We'll start wherever you want.
Okay. Well, the one that came to mind, this is my biggest pet peeve. Probably, I think. I don't like chewing. Like, I don't like hearing chewing sounds. Like, if it's, well, first of all, I don't like silence. So maybe that should be my number one pet peeve. Because, like, I hate, like, sitting in a room of silence. Especially when you're with people. Because then you hear, like, the sounds that their mouth makes. And they're like, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that I'm like, okay, I don't want to hear that. But chewing, when you're just like hanging out with someone and they are chewing something really crunchy, that irks me.
Really?
Like that hits a nerve that I can't even discuss.
Are you talking about like if they're eating like chips because they're like really crunchy?
Yeah. And that's like mostly what you hear. Cause like I tend to focus, like my brain focuses on like one sound. So even if we're like watching TV and I hear like crunching, I'm immediately just hearing the crunching.
So how does it for you in movie theaters when people are eating and slurping everywhere?
Usually you
Does
can't
it
hear it
bother
as
me?
much because it's so loud in there.
Sometimes
like-
you can hear people. They're really loud.
I heard one person explain this where it was like, I don't like hearing chewing unless I'm like planning on hearing chewing, which is like how I feel. Like sometimes I'm okay with it if I like know it's going to happen or like a bunch of people are doing it. But if you're just hanging out in a room and you just hear that hits a nerve. I don't know.
Okay. I think it is disgusting when people are like
Even just the sound of
like
like-
people who don't chew with their mouth closed.
Yeah, that's
like,
a big one, too.
please. Please close your mouth. That bothers me, but I wouldn't necessarily say like the sound of crunching bothers me necessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you think of a pet peeve right now off the top of your head? We didn't make a list, so we're just kind of going off of our memory.
I feel like the biggest thing that I'm going to say that's a pet peeve is people who are inconsiderate of others.
That's fair.
Like, prime example. Yesterday, I'm driving on the road. Let's just say people who drive bother me, which is everybody. I get road rage.
That's fair.
But I was turning in the left lane and I didn't realize that the car in front of me had its blinkers on. It was like stuck like right in the middle of like the
Intersection?
basically. It wasn't all the way out, but it was like kind of stuck there and I didn't notice it until like the light was already green and I was supposed to be turning. So I'm trying to get over to the other lane and there was a car behind me and it just like zoomed out and then like went out, and then I missed the light, and it pissed me off so much because I was like, I was in front of you. Like, you couldn't have been like, you couldn't have like let me over.
Yeah.
And I don't get like super angry often. But when that car drove by, I was just like, I was so mad because I was like, how dare you? Like, something just so small
like,
set me off. It's just like, have consideration for other people.
It's like when you're trying to merge and then the person behind you merges first.
Yes.
Like, that's not how it works.
Yes. It bothers me so much.
Just wait 5 seconds.
It bothers me so much. Or when people are behind you and they're like following your butt, and then they just like speed over in the next lane and then cut you off on purpose just to like get you mad.
Ugh.
It's like, was that really worth your 5 seconds of fame? Like, calm yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, whenever I'm in the car, that's a pet peeve for me.
I get that.
Because people are just like, people are terrible drivers.
Oh, yeah, especially
and
here.
Not considerate of other people. And I am totally 100% that driver that like lets people go first. And like, I'm like at the 4-way stop sign, I'm like, I don't know. That's just who I am on the road. And I expect everyone to be the same, but they're not.
No, they got places to be. My favorite thing is when they like pass you and they think they're all fast, and then you meet them at the red light, and it's just like, hi, we're going so fast, weren't you? You got so far.
Or one time I was on a mountain road in the dark, and it was like a 1-lane road. So 1 lane this way, 1 lane this way. And this pickup truck, it's always a truck. Always a truck.
Always. Yes.
Like, back off. But this pickup truck was like on my ass. It's like riding it. And I was like, I'm not going any faster because I'm in the pitch black woods. I can't see like barely 3 feet in front of me. So I'm going the speed limit. He's on my butt. He finally gets like pissed because it's been like 10 miles of him riding my butt. So he just like, it's totally illegal because it's like a solid white line, but he just like speeds up and goes around me and goes off into the distance. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like 5 miles later, I see that pickup truck had collided with another car and was in an accident on the side of the road.
That sounds about right.
And I should have gotten out and been like, this person's crazy. I'm the witness. But I didn't. I just kept driving. I looked at it and I was just like, that's what you get.
Sucker. Yeah.
I want to say I was necessarily like, haha, sucker, because I don't like if people get in car accidents, but I was definitely like, saw that coming, unfortunately. Right. Yeah. I hope everyone was okay, but like, ugh. That's just like the biggest thing that irks me ever.
Gotcha. Okay.
And truck drivers in general, they just think they own the road.
Gotcha.
Okay, your turn. By the way, if you relate to any of these pet peeves, put them down below, and also let us know your pet peeves. We want to know.
Absolutely. Okay, so I don't know how to explain this one.
Okay,
but like it has to do with communication, and it's like when someone's trying to tell you something, but they won't just say it. Like they're like beating around the bush, and it's like, just tell me. Like, I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes. I'm gonna give my old job as an example. As some of you know, I quit my teaching job, and one of the reasons was because like they would pull me in for meetings that would take me away from my class for like an hour and just be like, you're a really great teacher, you're doing great things, and like would just go on, and I'm just like, can you just tell me why I'm here? Like, you're wasting my time.
Like they would kiss your butt for like 5 minutes.
I'm like, I just want you to say, hey, can you like do this next time? And I'd be like, sure, and then we can move on with life. I don't need to sit there and hear all these like compliments, and like I don't know.
So insincere too, because it's like, you're not here to compliment me, you're here to like give me some kind of news or criticize me in some way. Right.
I just say it like it is. Like, don't beat around the bush, just say it. That's always bothered me. I've seen that with my new job too, because they like won't tell us when something needs done. They'll just like stare at us and it's like, what do you want?
Just stare at you. Because that accomplishes so much, just staring at somebody.
Yeah.
Not speaking.
So I've witnessed that a lot, and I'm just like, can you just communicate? It's not that hard.
Try it.
Like, that really gets me. I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't know how to explain that. Like, I guess toxic positivity kind of goes with that, but like, that's a whole topic on itself.
You just want people to give things to you straight.
Yeah, I don't need to hear all these fake compliments. Like, I just want to hear what you want to say so we can not waste time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because when you're not communicating directly, you're literally just wasting time.
Yep.
In any way, any situation. Like,
and if they never tell you what the reason was. Like, I'm still wondering about things that like they never like just in general in life that people have never cleared up. I'm like, what was the point of that conversation? What were they trying to tell me? Like, I shouldn't be left more confused than when I came in.
Yeah.
I that's a pet peeve of mine. Just like, just communicate.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man.
with you there.
All right, your turn.
September weather in Colorado is pissing me off.
Yeah.
Because we have 2 cold days and then it's back to heat for like a week. It's like, here's your 50-degree weather with drizzling rain. It feels like fall. It's lovely. Psych! It's 98 degrees now.
Yep.
It makes me mad because I get so excited for fall. I'm like, it's so close and yet so far away. And then it's hot again. And now it's kind of starting to cool off again, but like it'll probably be hot again next week.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like that for the next couple months. You never know what to expect. Last night was really nice. It was in like the 70s. I was at the dog park. I was like, I don't want to leave. This feels so good.
It was nice.
But
I was stargazing.
of course.
It was lovely. Your turn.
Oh,
I have to think of another one now.
Oh, golly gee.
I didn't come up with a list. I should have written this down ahead of time, but we planned this out of our butts.
I know. I'm just thinking of random things. Well, one that comes to mind. Luckily, Basil and I both have this, but like when somebody like empties the trash and doesn't put a bag in, and you're just
I know
like,
who you're talking about.
yeah, specifically one of our family members. But like,
oh my gosh, it drives me crazy.
I'm just like, I just get to the trash. You go to throw something away, and there's nothing there, and you're like, that was part of the job of taking the trash out.
Yeah, exactly. It's only half the job.
Yeah.
Like, take the trash out of the trash can, put the trash bag on the side, put a new bag in, and then take the trash out.
That's like doing the dishes, or like emptying the dishes but not putting the new dishes in, or like putting the new dishes in and not starting it. Just like letting it sit there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, come on. You got to do the whole thing.
Right.
That's a pet peeve.
That's a good one. I saw a car yesterday with a bumper sticker that said BLM. And so I drove up closer to it. And it said...
Bible.
No, it said, banging local MILFs. And I looked at the kid driving this car, and he looked like he was like 17. I was like, there are so many things wrong with this. Like, on every level.
Christ.
First of all, do not use acronyms like that for your own agenda. Makes me so mad. I've seen it with like LGBTQ.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We've seen that. They're like, what is it?
Liberty, guns.
Trump and...
God, it's so bad. Yeah. Don't do that.
No.
First of all.
Don't do that. And don't say you're going to bang local MILFs when you're 17. That's disgusting.
Good luck with that, by the way.
That annoyed me so much. When he looked at me, I rolled my eyes so hard. It's like, you're disgusting. But I hate bumper stickers like that.
Yeah, I do too.
You know,
they're everywhere, and they're on trucks a lot of the time.
Yeah. And also like anything that says "Let's go, Brandon." Like, shut up.
Right.
It bothers me because it's like you're literally being a hateful person right now for no reason.
Well, they're just trying to piss people off because they get it.
They think it's funny.
Enjoyment out of it for some reason.
I guess.
I don't know. They
People's,
like to
people's bumper stickers sometimes, man.
Well, yeah, because then they're like, "Oh man, everyone's so offended so easily." Like,
yeah,
you want them to be offended. That's the whole point.
They rally you up until you like get passionate, and then they're like, "You sensitive snowflake." It's like, you made me that way.
Oh, jeez.
All right, did you come up with another one?
This one. With the inspiration of the top 10 most popular pet peeves, one of them was like talking on the phone in public. And mine goes further than that.
Yes.
It's a speakerphone.
Yes.
Speakerphone pisses me off.
In public.
Well, even like, just like when
in general?
when someone's walking around with someone on speakerphone and someone else is in the room, don't do that unless like both people are talking.
Yeah.
But like, you're just walking around and like your friends on the phone, like, because now I can't do anything. Like, and now I have to be quiet for you. You know what I mean? Oh, but yeah, in public especially too, like at the store, you'll hear like someone walk by and someone's on the phone. I'm like, can you just put it next to your ear? Did you know that was an option? It's very confusing.
The only way that I would say I allow it is if, like, in our dad's case, he can't hear.
Yeah.
Because he's hard of hearing, so he has like a translator on his phone that tells him what the person's
saying.
So he has to look at it. So he has to put it on speaker sometimes. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or like people who just like FaceTime in the middle of nowhere, and they're like, what was that? They're like talking to them and having like a whole conversation in like front of like tons of people, and you're like,
and you know it's getting nowhere because the other person can't hear them. It's like,
yeah.
But yeah, or when you're like when you're driving, that makes sense.
It's mostly
you should have it.
It's mostly when you're in the middle of like you're sitting with a person,
yeah,
or you're having a conversation with a person, and all of a sudden somebody calls and they're like, hold up a minute.
Yeah.
And they like turn it on and they like put them on speaker and they're like, hey, what's going on?
Right.
And like have a whole conversation. You're like, okay.
If someone else is in the room
awkward
and they're not talking to the person, go in a different room. It's just like, that's a social cue you should pick up pretty quick, but some people don't. That really gets me too. Just the sound of a speakerphone. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, geez.
People who ask you if you're pregnant. I don't care if you have like a visibly round stomach and you're clearly pregnant. Still don't ever ask that question. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been asked that question in my life when I was not pregnant. One woman made it super awkward. This was in church. Surprise, surprise. And she comes up to me and she's like, oh, honey, are you with child?
With child?
And I had like just gotten married and I was like, no. Like smiling. But awkward.
That is really awkward.
Especially saying that. Are you with child? Like,
yeah, even if someone's noticeably pregnant, don't ask that.
Yeah.
Unless they tell you I'm pregnant, then you can be like, oh, how far along are you?
Right. I looked up this article and it says 70 pet peeves that annoy people. And some of these things on this list are like,
I'm on that too.
No. Oh, you're on the same thing? Okay. Let's read it off and see if we think it's annoying. You guys let us know which ones are annoying to you. Because some of these are not annoying.
Micromanagement.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think everyone can agree with that.
Loud chewing or drinking. Oh, drinking when they like gulp. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Being late.
Being late. Is that annoying to you? Because I'm always late.
Well, it's just a personality trait of yours at this point. That one doesn't really bother me that much unless
it's like you have to be there. Like you have to be.
If we have a place to
time.
go because there's something going on at that time.
Yeah.
If you're just going to someone's house, it's not a big deal.
Oh, sorry. Number 4 is interrupting, and I just like was trying to interrupt. Sorry, I didn't mean to. But interrupting. Oh my God. One of my biggest pet peeves. Like so many dates that I've been on have been like this too. Where I'm like talking and then the guy's like talking about himself the entire time. Just talking. And then I try to talk and he's like, and cuts me off and then starts I'm immediately like, nope.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
That's a no for me.
That's frustrating. I feel like I do that sometimes on accident because I don't realize it because my brain thinks faster than my mouth. So I'll just be like, blah, blah, blah. And then I realize someone's talking. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. I think we all do it
That
from time to
happens.
time. But like when somebody's expressing their heart to you and you interrupt them, like, that's so rude.
Right. Talking during a movie, that one doesn't really make me mad.
No,
I can focus on it.
People get mad at me because I like to talk during movies.
Yeah, I do too.
I like to narrate and be like, what did she just do? People who walk slow. I walk slow. Is that annoying?
I don't personally think so. I just walk around if someone's walking slower. Mine is people who walk fast.
Yes.
Basil.
Yes.
Because at Disneyland, he's leaving me in the slumps, and I'm like,
dude, we have small legs.
And I'm like, where did you go? I kept losing him. I felt like a little kid. This is a pet peeve.
Oh, yeah.
When you're trying to go on a website and then it pops up with this thing that's like, make an account to see more.
It's like, I don't want to make an account.
No
I got 50,000 accounts already.
Right.
Staring at someone's phone. What does that mean? Staring at our own phone or like me staring at your phone?
Like someone looking over your shoulder. I don't really like staring at what you're doing, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That does bother me.
I don't
when
know
people are like,
that
what's she doing?
Oh.
That's why I got a privacy screen.
Yeah, I know. You miss
so
privacy.
people can't see what I'm looking at.
I'm usually just like watching a dog video or TikTok, so I'm like, I don't really care. But I can see how that'd be annoying if someone did that all the time.
Well, and I have kids, so there's no privacy.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. Clipping your nails in public?
No.
That doesn't bother me. Standing too close to another person?
Wait, what
It depends. I'm on number 9.
Oh.
It depends on the person. Like some people I need a lot of personal space,
Yeah.
but other people like I don't mind being close
Some
to.
people have bigger bubbles. Have to respect that. Like some people don't want to be touched. I don't like to be touched that much, but I don't care if I'm right next to another person.
Yeah. Some people I don't mind being touched by. Other people I'm like, please back up.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Talking to someone with headphones in.
Yes. So annoying. I can't stand it too when like people are at a grocery store and they have like headphones in their ear
And they're talking.
they're talking to the person and like someone's checking them out. I'm always one of those people that's like, if I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm like, hold on a minute while I go through like a drive-through, or like I'm at the store checking out. It's just rude to be like talking to somebody else while you're doing that.
I always think they're talking to me.
Yeah, I know.
That's like, they'll be like, oh man, they don't have any tomato sauce. And I'm like, I know, I've been looking for that. And then they're like, what'd you say? And I'm like, oh crap.
I know. It's so annoying. I can't stand it. Turning without signaling. That doesn't really bother me.
That one gets me.
Sometimes it does. It depends if they're cutting me off. Yeah, that would.
I don't like it. Like, you need a signal. Even if it's a turn lane, you need a signal.
Oh, see, I don't always use a signal when I'm in the turn lane.
And then people who do use signals sometimes don't even turn, and it's like, use it correctly.
Yeah. Slow internet. Ugh, so annoying.
Yeah, so annoying.
Slow drivers.
Yep.
I would say fast drivers are more annoying to me. I'd rather have a slow driver than a fast one.
I agree.
Staring at people. I hate it when people stare at me. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I can always like sense it, and then I'm like, what? What do you want?
I think most people don't realize they're staring. They're just doing it, you know? I don't know. Speaking about yourself in the third person. Wait.
Like, Elmo like to play.
But who actually does this?
I think people do it as a joke. I don't know. I don't know.
I've never heard anybody do that.
I don't think that one's very common.
Talking when your mouth is full. Yes.
Ugh.
Saying no offense after something insulting. Yes.
I think it's kind of funny now. Like, I feel like it's like a Miranda Sings thing now where it's like, no offense.
You always know when somebody says no offense that the next thing they're going to say is going to be something that's going to make you offended.
I don't think people say it that often anymore, but I feel like they used to. Like, it used to always be like, no offense, but now I feel like no one really says that.
I think older people still say it.
Ah.
No. Leaving the water running.
How do you even do that? Like... you mean like when it's slowly dripping?
I'm not sure.
Who does that? Cracking knuckles. I hate that.
I hate it too. Eden does it all the time. I'm like, why? And she does like the finger pulling thing.
That one.
Oh, I know. It's so gross. I can't stand it.
One of my pet peeves is feet in general and fingers in general. Whenever someone touches me with their feet, I want to die. Whenever someone pulls a finger,
I hate it. And the feeling of it, like I've tried to do it myself and I'm like, I don't like it. Grosses me out.
Yeah.
Tapping a pen. I don't care about that.
No, I do that all the time.
And I'm one of those people that's constantly doing something with my hands, like all the time.
I'm always doing that.
Correcting grammar or pronunciation. No, I feel like I'm usually the one that corrects people's grammar, but I won't be an a-hole about it. Like,
right.
I'm not going to be like, wrong way to say that.
No,
but
I'll only correct it if someone's struggling saying a sentence and I like help them finish it.
Yeah. The kids are really into saying amn't. No, I amn't. I'm like, guys, that's not a word. I've told them like 300 times. Guys, amn't is not a word. They've made up their own word and they say it all the time, even Eden.
Amn't?
They're like, no, I amn't. Like you could say am not or aren't.
Pick one.
Repeating literally in every sentence.
I do that all the time.
I literally do it.
I literally say literally all
I don't.
literally time.
You don't.
I feel like I do a lot.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Leaving dirty dishes in the sink.
Oh, as long as it's not overflowing or to the max.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start getting dishes on the counter, that's when it's a problem. You need to go do those.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're going to have some dirty dishes. Like you have to go. You don't have time to do them.
Right.
But if they stay for like days at a time.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Really
That's
obnoxious.
when you're building like a science experiment and that spaghetti's turning into some fungi.
And you're attracting the roaches. So
right.
Fix it. Dog owners not picking up after their pet. Yes, that bothers me. I'm not even really a dog owner.
It depends on the situation. It used to get me, but now that I have dogs, I get it. Like sometimes it's pitch black out and they're pooping on the side where no one's walking. That's different. If it's like on a path, if it's on a path where like, you know, people are going to walk by, you pick that up. And also with Harley will sometimes just like poop one tiny turd. Like I'm not even like the size of like a worm. And I'm like, I'm not picking that up. Like Delilah's different. Delilah will like poop. So I'll pick that up. But like,
so Harley's constipated, in other words,
all the time. She has a lot of stomach issues.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Jeez. But she's healthy. Don't worry. Her vet says she's doing great. But Like if it's a lot of poop, pick it up. If it's like one tiny turd, I get it. We're wasting a bag.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll leave eventually. The smell goes away after a few
I guess
days.
it depends. Pushy salespeople. Yes.
I just ignore it.
When you're walking through the mall and they're like, "Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Excuse
yeah.
me."
I
It's
just
like,
walk by.
no. I walk by too. I don't even engage in eye contact.
I mean, if you've been to Europe, it's worse there. So
Pessimism. I think there's a time to be pessimistic. I think if somebody's pessimistic all the time, then yeah, that's a pet peeve. I've met people like that. You know, they're just miserable all the time, and it drains your energy level.
Yeah. My thing is look at the other people, because if everyone else is having a good time, don't bring that energy in.
Mm-hmm.
Like if other people are complaining, then go for it. But if everyone else is having a good time and you're sitting there like, that ain't cool. That ain't fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
being told to calm down. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing that is a pet peeve for women.
Yeah.
Smile. Calm down. What's wrong?
Especially like when you have anxiety and someone's like, it's okay, or calm down. Like that's not helping anything.
Yeah.
That's just making it worse.
Uh-huh. It's not offering any actual solution.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive comments. Ugh.
Yep.
Why do people do that? I hate it.
But that's kind of what I was talking about, like sugarcoating things and like not getting to the point.
Yeah.
That's a little bit that has to do with being passive aggressive.
Yeah, definitely.
That pisses me off. That's one that just
Yeah.
Again, learn how to communicate.
Waiting for an elevator. That doesn't bother me.
No.
Anything that requires like patience like that doesn't really set me off. I'm fine with it. Children crying on planes. No.
It's fine. Like they're doing the best they can.
I've been there before. I just feel bad for the parents.
Yeah,
like, I always want to be like, oh, is there anything you need?
Right.
Because it's so stressful being a parent on a plane and knowing that your child is like being the one that causes everyone to like sigh. And some people are just like total butts about it. And they're like,
yeah.
Like I've had people be like, excuse me, miss. Like talking to the airline attendant. They're like, there's a baby next to me. Can I be moved?
Well,
like right next to me. I'm
and
like,
it's like, it's not that.
sorry,
it's not
my baby's not touching you.
Yeah. It's not inconveniencing you that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's like harming you in any way. It's just a little annoying.
Sorry,
like,
you have a 4-hour flight with a crying infant.
Right.
Get over it.
It's a baby. Like it's gonna
you were
cry.
once a baby too. My pet peeve is when people have a problem with babies crying on an airplane.
Right.
That's my pet peeve. Sneezing or coughing without covering your mouth. Yes.
Yeah. Kids do it all the time. That's why I was sick all the time.
Have you seen adults do it though? Because I have.
Yep.
And that's super annoying.
Sneezing is a big one. I feel like a lot of people forget you have to cover a sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like, and especially when you feel it hit you, it's like, ugh.
It comes fast sometimes. Excessive public displays of affection. It's never bothered me.
Depends on what it is. If it's like kissing, holding hands, that's fine. I was once in a theater class where like there was a couple in there that would just constantly like sit on each other's lap and like make out. That's yeah, that's different. If you're just holding hands, you kiss once in a while, like that's fine. But like, don't make it feel like we have entered your bedroom. That's when it's a problem.
Asking nosy questions.
Nah.
No, not really. I'm probably that person.
I don't
Littering.
really care about that.
Oh, littering. Yes.
Yeah. That one's a big
so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So annoying. Cutting people off when driving. We talked about this one. Stating you look tired.
Yeah, that's not doing anything effective.
I hate this so much. You look sick. Oh, it's just because I'm not wearing any makeup today. Thank you. You look tired. Yeah, probably because I'm not wearing makeup. It's always when I'm not wearing makeup that people say
that's
that
so
stuff.
true, yeah.
And it's like, are you saying, is that your way? Is that your passive aggressive way of saying that I should wear makeup?
Well,
so
even
annoying.
if someone looks tired, like, don't state it like that. Just be like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Check in with them. Don't just be like, you look tired. I'm like, okay. Thanks. I don't know.
Smacking your gum.
Yeah.
That bothers
That
you?
goes with chewing. Oh, God. When you just hear, and then pop a bubble. It's like ASMR. I can't do.
Oh, yeah, me neither. It bothers me. I don't know how people can watch those videos. I don't get it. Laughing loudly. I like people who laugh loud.
I don't mind.
Basil laughs loud, I think.
Sometimes, yeah.
Laziness. Nah. Well, are they perpetually lazy? Like as if they don't, do they not do anything ever?
Yeah, that needs to be more.
That's annoying, but like everybody should be lazy every now and then.
Yeah.
Bragging.
Yeah.
Yes. Biting nails. We can't say that bothers us.
We have fake nails on for a reason.
We've been perpetual nail biters our whole lives.
My thumbnail fell off, like my fake nail, and I didn't fix it for a while, so I like bit it so far to where it was like bleeding, and I was like, this is why I have to have these on to cover it.
We're nail biters. So I was under like a lot of stress, and I had to finally put on some fake nails because I started to like bite again. And after Helmer died, I was like,
yeah.
And I noticed myself doing it, and I was like, I did not come this far to give up now.
Yeah.
So I threw on these fake nails, and now it's obviously I can't bite my nails. So
I bit off all my nails after my wedding nails came off. After I took them off, I was like,
yeah.
So yep, these were gonna stay on for a bit.
I will never judge somebody who bites their nails, but I was always afraid of other people judging me. Mm-hmm. So you just like learn to walk around like with your fingernails tucked under. That makes me sad. It's on the list.
I know,
because it's like people can't help that. It's like an actual anxiety disorder.
That's sad.
42 is blasting music.
No, that one doesn't get me.
I feel like if you're on once again, I have a dating story. Like I was on a date with a guy once, and he like blasted his music, and it was like rap. He's like this white country guy in a pickup truck, and he's like,
I know. Why'd you go on a date with a guy with a pickup truck?
It was the guy. Remember, it was the story of the guy where I met him at the mall, and he was like planning our future together.
Of course, he had a truck. Okay,
but he was like, he blasted it so loud and like didn't even ask me if it was okay. So he's just like rapping along with the music, and I'm like, this is
trying
weird.
To like show off.
Yeah, and it's like, aren't we supposed to be talking right now?
Yeah, there's a time and a place.
Yeah. Eating someone else's food.
Good meals, good pleasure. Oh.
I don't mind like sharing my food if you ask, but like if you just like come up to me and take the food.
No, this is like if you have leftovers in the fridge.
Oh.
And someone eats them.
People do that?
I guess.
That's rude.
Maybe like roommates, I guess. I don't know.
That's super rude.
Like in college, I think we always just like didn't touch each other's food, but I've heard of roommates who like did that. Mm-hmm.
That's appalling to me that anybody would actually do that.
Yeah.
Snoring. Once again, people can't help it.
Yeah.
So like, I guess it does get annoying from time to time, but it's not
snore
something
when I'm like stuffed up or when I'm like in a deep, deep sleep.
Yeah, that's me too. You can't help it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
Saying I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah. That's, again, what is that comment going to do? It's going to do nothing.
That's not even an apology.
No.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, no.
Eating smelly food in public?
No, do what you want.
I don't care about that.
Like they gave egg salad as an example. I don't care.
Mm-mm. Looking at your cell phone when someone is talking. I think that depends like on your relationship with that person. Well, if you're around them all the time.
Yeah.
And like you're just kind of like having a casual conversation and you're like looking at your phones. I don't really see it as a big deal. If you're like meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Or you're like hanging out with somebody you haven't seen in a while. Yeah, that's rude.
And it depends what you're talking about too. If someone's telling you like their whole life story and getting really deep, you don't just want to be like on Facebook. Like, yeah. You want to look at them like you're listening to what they have to say. Yeah. Not taking responsibility. Yes. Yeah. Leaving the toilet seat up. That's one that's never bothered me. I think either. That's kind of just like one that a lot of women freak out about, and it's like, it's not that big of a deal. Just put it down. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm also that person who doesn't care if like there's socks on the floor or whatever. Oh. Because that's what women always complain about. He leaves the toilet seat up and puts his socks on the floor. I'm like, if that was the only things that I had to complain about in my marriage, yeah, I would have said I had a really successful marriage. Like, I think the things people complain about sometimes are so petty. Yeah, that's true. Oh, look at the next one. Complaining. The next one's complaining. Yes. Yeah. Listen, we all vent. There's a difference between venting and complaining. Is there? Mm-hmm. Complaining means like you're... Whoa. It says complaining. It says aimlessly complaining about a situation or issue rarely does anything to solve it. Usually complaining only results in bothering people listening to it. So... But if you're venting, you're both like there together complaining. Complaining is like you're just saying things because you're mad and you're trying to express your feelings, but like you're just being annoying because you're complaining about everything. I feel like if you're complaining about one thing, you're complaining about everything.
Yeah.
You're like pessimistic kind of thing. But if you're ranting or venting, you're just talking about like how something made you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you want someone else to feel that way, or you want someone else to like listen to what you have to say. Complaining is more like you just want to say things, but like venting is like you want someone to join in on the conversation. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Or complaining, or just being like, oh, this is terrible, or like you're not offering any actual solutions, and it kind of is a form of passive aggressiveness sometimes.
Yeah,
because it's like, just communicate what you want,
right,
or how you feel. Scraping a plate with a knife or fork. This is on my top 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That sound, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It bothers me so much. I have to like literally plug my ears because it reaches the depths of my soul.
Yeah, that one's a bad one.
Talking trash about a TV show someone likes. I don't care about that.
Yeah, you do that to The Office and I just go, okay.
And you do that to This Is Us.
Well, it's not that I don't like that. I just didn't
Actually, you watched
continue
it, didn't you?
I watched it until we found out how the dad died, and then I was like, okay, that's all I needed to know. I give up on TV shows a lot. If I'm like, I don't feel like finishing it.
Couples arguing in public.
Yeah.
I would...
Depends if it's like, is it a serious argument, or is it like a, one that's not that big of a deal?
I think it's awkward.
Yeah.
Like when you're at a party and like, you guys know, there's always that one couple. They're always the same couple where they like take jabs at each other publicly in front of each other, and then they just like keep one-upping each other, and they forget that they're like in a room full of people.
Yeah.
And it's like awkward.
If you're like having a small argument, it's fine. But if you're like actually getting deep into your emotions and like getting really mad at each other, go find a different space.
Yeah, exactly. Playing loud games on public transit. Yes, this goes along with like talking on the phone. It's just rude.
I hate the sound of like a game starting up and like, oh, you know what I just thought of? When you're watching a movie with someone or like a TV show and they start like playing TikToks. Has someone ever done that to you?
No, but that would drive me nuts.
I knew someone in my life who did that. And I was just like, we're watching something and they're just like scrolling on TikTok for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, excuse me?
No. No, I don't like that. Leaving someone's text unread. I guess that depends.
Yeah.
Once again, on the conversation or like what you're texting about. I'm really bad at texting back most of the time, so I can't really say that bothers me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If you're asking somebody an important question and they leave you unread, then yeah, that would bother me. But that's why I try not to have important conversations over text.
That doesn't leaving me on red doesn't bother me as much as people who just don't open a message. Like Snapchat is my biggest example for this, because you can't really see on text if someone doesn't open your message. But like on Snapchat, if someone leaves it as delivered and they just never open it, that's ignoring me more than leaving me on red. Like just leave me on red. At least open it.
I am really bad at that. I won't open snaps.
Why?
Are they called snaps?
Aren't you curious?
I won't open
what
snaps
they
for like months because I'll just forget. I don't go on there very much. I don't know.
Well, that's different, I guess. When it's like, I know you've been on Snapchat because you just posted on your story and you're not opening my Snapchat, and then they take like 2 weeks to open it.
Yeah.
It's like, what were you even... How can you even handle that?
Mm-hmm. Immature jokes at work.
No.
I don't really know. Is it like sexual harassment? That's a different thing.
No.
I don't know. Just being silly and weird?
I guess.
I don't know. Burping. I have to say I am one of those people. I cannot stand it when people burp really loudly. It's like something about it bothers me. I don't know why. Like, I shouldn't. I recognize that. I'm not going to complain about it, but inside I will judge you.
Oh.
If you're like one of those people that's like, and you just like sit back and you don't even like say anything, like, excuse me.
I always rate it. I'll be like 9 out of 10.
See, I want to be more like you. I don't know why it bothers me. Being added to superfluous group chats. Superfluous.
Oh, when it's like a ton of people in a group chat and they, oh God, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Only put me in a group chat if it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
And
our family has a group chat on Facebook and I had to mute it. So I don't even know you guys are talking most of the time because like,
I never
it's
talk
muted.
on it.
Because I can't stand getting like a million messages at once like that. Getting stuck in traffic. Doesn't this annoy everybody?
Yeah. But it does let you listen to really good podcasts like ours. So
That's true. But I could like never live in New York City or anywhere.
Yeah.
I was just there for like 2 hours and I was asking the driver who drove me around. I was like, how do you do this every day of your life? Like, how do you literally half your day is spent sitting in traffic?
yeah.
I'm like, do you not go crazy? Because I think
That
I
would-
would literally go insane.
Yeah.
And he's
no.
like, no, I'm used to it. It's fine. I'm like, not for me. Not for me. Having to repeat yourself.
Because someone wasn't listening. Yep.
Yeah. Definitely. One-upping people's stories.
Yeah. I hate when people do that. When you're trying to tell someone something cool and then they like try to make themselves sound better. It's like,
It's fine if it's like one time,
right.
but when it's like repetitively like that,
Yeah.
like every time you say something, they're like, that happened to me too, and I did this and this. But
Yeah.
I do have to say that sometimes I feel like I might come across that way when really I'm just trying to make conversation.
Well,
Because it's my way of relating to people to
right.
share my own
That's
stories.
different than, because there are people who just do it all the time.
Yeah.
And, or like when you're talking about like how hard your week's been and the other person's like, that's nothing compared to what I went through. Like,
Oh, I hate that.
that's also kind of one-upping someone is like,
lacking empathy. Ugh,
yeah.
I hate it. Mishandled food deliveries.
What?
Like spilled liquids at the bottom of bags, cold
Oh.
salads placed on top of hot pizzas, fried rice that's completely coagulated because it took 75 minutes to arrive to your door. Any pet peeve around food is extra annoying since you're also hungry.
Well, here's the thing. I recently tried to order fuzzies on Uber Eats because it was like one of those late nights I didn't have anything to eat. They delivered it to the wrong house and then said
Happens
it
all
was
the time.
delivered. And I was like, excuse me. And I even like, because I thought I saw the car drop it off across the street. So I even walked across the street to see if it went to one of those houses.
Yeah.
It was gone. It disappeared. I was like, excuse
Did you get your money back?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But
That's happened to me so many times where I order from a restaurant and I get somebody else's order.
oh,
It's happened to me so many times with Uber Eats.
oh gosh.
So I don't like to do that anymore. But one time I ordered $20 worth of food and I got $70 worth of somebody else's food. So that was kind of nice.
No, there you go.
Every now. Oh,
We
wait.
already talked about that.
Yeah, no offense. Wait, wasn't that already on the list?
Yeah, we already talked about it.
People who copy your input.
Yes, people do this to me all the time. So here's the thing.
So what does this mean?
Sometimes I like to like make jokes, but like I don't have to be like I don't have to entertain the crowd. I just want to like say things all the time. I like commentary.
Okay.
So I'll just like say something under my breath to someone and then they're like, "Yeah, guys, oh my gosh." And then they'll say what I just said. And then everyone will laugh at it. And I'm like, "That was my joke." This has happened to me so much.
Is that what this means?
I took it as that, but that gets me mad when I'm like, "You just stole my joke."
Okay. Yeah, I see that. It's saying you make a contribution to the conversation only to have someone else make the exact same point. I don't think that's ever really happened to me. I can see how that happened with you, though.
I'll just like say things under my breath, or I'll like talk to one person and then they like say it. I'm like, I wasn't trying to like be a comedian. I was just saying things.
Yeah. It's kind of like the internet, too. If you come up with like something super funny on the internet and then somebody takes your idea and makes a reel or something.
Yeah.
You see it all the time on the internet. People stealing each other's ideas. Food bandits. Take any food found in communal. Okay, we talked about that already. Meh. Saying LOL in real life. I've never heard anybody say that.
No.
Spoilers.
Eh.
Oh, like spoiling movies and TV shows.
Nah.
I'll just say like, don't say it. That's all.
I'll forget what you said anyway. My memory's bad.
Tailgating. Yeah, we already kind of talked about this.
Irritating. I don't even know what. Okay.
That's when you're falling really behind, really close to somebody.
Okay. Thought it was like at a sports game.
Last minute assignments. It's 4:00 and your boss emails you about a major assignment that's going to take hours to complete.
No.
I haven't had that happen.
I'm one of those people that thrive in that situation. If you like give me a big responsibility last minute, I like that.
The sound of styrofoam on styrofoam.
Oh.
Have I ever said?
It's like
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
I don't know, styrofoam on oh, yes. I know that feeling.
Is it gross?
It's bad.
Okay, I'll
but
take
also
your word
one
for it.
is like when you have a fork and you're writing on the to-go box. It's kind of like that.
I don't
sound.
mind that as much as I do like the plate. I don't know.
Okay.
Weird. All right. Well, we went through the whole list.
All right.
So which ones do you guys agree with? Which ones do you disagree with?
Yeah.
Let us know down below. This conversation originally started because we wanted to rant. We wanted to vent about everyone making such a big deal about The Little Mermaid.
And now we don't have enough time to.
Now we don't have enough time to vent about it.
I'll just say one thing. Like,
I'll say one thing.
I have a few things to say. Hold on. I'm trying
Black
to sum it up.
Ariel hits different.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if you've seen
Her
these
voice.
videos.
Oh
the
my
ones on
gosh.
TikTok where the little girls are reacting to it.
Yes.
They make me bawl my eyes
Me
out.
too. That's enough for us all to be
Right.
like, let's celebrate the
Well,
fact that we have.
And
a
I was
black
thinking about it
princess.
today, and I was like, whenever someone would ask me, who's your favorite princess, I would always say Belle, because that's the one that I look most like. And as a little girl, I loved that movie because I could see myself in Belle. And I'm like, that's what these little girls are experiencing. Like, yes, they have Tiana, but does Tiana get any credit? No.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're experiencing. And I'm like, that's so magical to like be able to see
That's
yourself.
beautiful.
It's like,
I wish we
anyway.
could all just celebrate differences, celebrate us moving forward, and I don't see how
And
why we'd ever complain about it.
It's a fish.
So silly.
Also.
So dumb.
Yeah. It's stress about things that matter. Just
Right.
saying.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway,
All right.
well,
It's great hanging out with you guys today. Make sure you join us next week for our drinking game. It's going to be a lot of fun. We always
Yes.
love those episodes. And also let us know some topics you want us to cover. One thing specifically that you guys have said to me is you want me to talk about my experience dating as a plus size woman. So if that's the case and you want me to talk about that, like give me some questions or other things to kind of piggyback off of that, just so we can like we need to sit down and come up with a list of like things that we're going to talk about.
yeah.
So we're not doing last minute stuff like this episode, but
Yeah.
we want to do things that you guys want us to talk about. So give us all your suggestions.
And these type of conversations are fun too. If you just want us to talk about like
Yeah.
things we like or that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're totally fine having these kinds as well. We're just trying to balance it all out for you guys. So,
All right.
all right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.